2015, following a mass shooting in Paris, a father took his young child to the memorial to those who had been lost. And the little boy was a little bit worried about what would come next. He said to his father, "Dad, do we have to move? There are baddies out there with guns." And the father said to him, "No, you don't need to move. We don't need to move." He says, "Because you are safe." And the little boy, still puzzled, said, "But Dad, there are bad people out there with guns." And the dad responded, "But we have flowers." And the child, a little puzzled, says, "Well, they have guns. What are flowers going to do?" And he said, "Flowers remind us that we are not alone. Flowers remind us that we are stronger than guns. Flowers remind us that we are united together." And with a joyful look, a hopeful expectation, the little boy said, "So we have flowers." And the father said, "Yes, they have guns, but we have flowers. And flowers will always defeat guns." I think that story captures the essence of this season of Advent. Our world is filled with so much division, so much fear, so many rumors of war. And yet, in the midst of all of the despair, hope is born. Hope comes to us as flowers after a mass shooting. Hope comes to us as a paper boat on a stormy sea. Hope comes as a light in the darkest gloom and calls us towards a new day, a different time, a new way of being. We look towards the coming of Christ into the world, the light that dispels all gloom. And Jesus comes to us as a small, insignificant, helpless baby in Bethlehem. So Advent is ultimately about the radical hope we find in the coming of a baby. This season of Advent, this year, we need that baby more than we know. We need flowers to remind us of hope. We need each other to be beacons of hope. So as we begin this season of Advent, as we look towards the promise of Christmas, as we prepare our hearts and our homes to welcome once again the Christ child, my prayer for you is that you may be an ambassador of hope. That even when things seem their most impossible, their most improbable, that you know that in God's time and in God's place, hope is born again and again and again. May this Advent be for you a time of renewed hope. And may you be, for those in the world, a beacon of God's hope. May God bless you, and may God keep you, and may you be flowers of hope to a world in need. Happy Advent.